I'm often asked how I learned how to crochet. And when I tell people that I actually learned via YouTube videos, they're like, you know what? I've tried that and it's too hard for me to follow. They go too fast. So I thought I'd bring some tips to you about how you can actually have a better experience learning crochet and crochet related things from YouTube. Now, I'm of course not the kind of person that's actually teaching you the stitches or the patterns or anything like that, but I'm really good at teaching you how to use YouTube to learn how to do those things from other people that are teaching you via YouTube. So hopefully this video will help you. So the first thing that I want to share with you is that it doesn't matter whether you're watching YouTube on your phone or on a computer or even on your TV. Well, maybe that actually should be the first tip, is that you can watch YouTube videos on your phone, on your computer, or even on your TV. And that's whether you have a Roku or a Fire Stick or just a smart TV. A lot of these programs have the ability to watch YouTube videos directly from YouTube on those devices. I'm not going to be able to set you up on those because there's too many different scenarios for that. But what I do want to share is that the tips that I'm going to be telling you are completely doable no matter what device you're using. You might have to dig around a little bit to find out exactly where it is on the device or on that screen, but it's all good. The tips will work for you, I promise. The first tip that I want to share with you is actually finding the videos that are going to work for you. Now, a lot of that's just knowing how to search YouTube. You can always tweak what it is that you're searching so that you get a different set of results. If the first set of results doesn't really come up with the topic that you're looking for. So for example, if I say crochet for beginners, you might get one list of videos, but if I say learn to crochet, that's going to show you a totally different set of videos. So try different search criteria so that maybe you'll fine tune and get better results for what you're looking for. The second tip that I want to share is once you've found a video, let's say that it's playing a little bit too fast for you and you can't follow it. You can absolutely slow a video down. And let me show you how to do that. Whatever device you're using, just look for this little gear setting. And if you open this up, you can see that there's a playback speed. Normally this is going to default to 1x. And that just means that whatever the video person recorded it at, that's the speed that it's going to play back for you. But you can slow it down to 0.75 or speed it up to 1.25. So let's see what that looks like. With the same yarn. Again, I've used this purple hook, and so I kind of know what to expect. Okay, so that's normal speed. Now let's try and speed it up. It slides quite easily. It has the stop point. I don't have to do a lot of wrist turn with it. Now let's try and slow it down. It to come through. So that motion, if I get too much of that, aggravates a wrist issue that I have. Or even slower. Decurvanes synoviitis. Try and say that 5 times fast. So you can kind of see there that while the talking gets really weird, being able to watch the hand movements is going to be significantly improved for you when the video is slowed down. So that's the first step. The third tip that I'm going to share with you is don't be afraid to rewind, to pause that video and to rewind it. Again, it doesn't matter what device you're on, even if you're on your TV, there's still going to be those settings where you can pause or rewind and you can replay a section over and over and over again or if you're trying to figure out where is that stitch going, where's the hook going, you can pause that to kind of watch that and actually drag this little bar step by step to see each little individual spot. And it takes a little finessing. It's a little bit easier to do on a computer, but you can do this on any of the devices that you're using. Now, one of the favorite things that I like to do is to use this save, because when you save these tips, whether it's a watch later, you can create different playlists. If I ever need to go back to a certain video and I'm like, oh my gosh, where is that? Now I can go into my YouTube library and look at my watch history, but it's a whole lot easier just to kind of save it and then go look for those saved videos again in the future. For all of those ones that you're like, oh yeah, that's the one I need to know that. And maybe I don't need to know it for this project, but I know the next project I have coming up, I'm totally gonna need to know how to do that. That's when you wanna make sure that you save those. And when you find that instructor or that video producer that shows you videos that you really like the way that they explain things, you like the tone of their voice, you like how fast they work or how slow they work, all of those kind of things, make sure to subscribe to their videos, because then it's easier to go back and find more of their videos in the future. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to my channel too. Thanks! Here's another neat thing, especially when you're on the computer and a little bit on phones, you can actually find sections of the video where lots of people have watched these and replayed them. You can see that by how this shows, it says most replayed section right here. So this is often going to be a section where they're teaching you something or they're going through something in detail. So if you can skip all of this intro portion and just dive right into the meat of that tutorial. Really helpful when you're learning patterns and you don't need to have all of that intro stuff going along with it. You just want to get to the point where you're like, tell me how to use this pattern. Just look for these big bumps in the red line. You'll see the big humps for sections that people tend to watch over and over again. All right, well, that was a quick one. I just wanted to share a few of my favorite tips on how you can use YouTube to learn how to crochet and improve your experience doing that overall. If you love my content, or if you just like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you really love it, make sure you subscribe. We will see you next week.